her mind. Oh my God. Hey y'all, Jay here. I'm an artist and producer, and today I'm gonna be taking a look at Raye's new album, This Music May Contain Hope. I'm super excited to listen to it because she's one of my favorite artists at the moment, and I've listened to My 21st Century Blues like 10 times at this point. So I'm so excited to see how she follows it up. Let's take a look. Let's break down the sound. All right, so track number 1, Girl Under the Gray Cloud.
Allow me to set the scene. Our story begins at 2:27 a.m. on a rainy night in Paris. Cue the thunder. Autumn leaves blanket the concrete, the sky is dark.
Whoa,
A woman in her late
that was panned
20s
like
walks from
everywhere.
a bar to her hotel. She has no umbrella, she is 7 Negronis deep, and she knows
Already
there's a
good
hole
sound
she's
design.
desperately trying to
Already.
fill. Her eyebrows were plucked, she wore fake eyelashes and a red dress, yet no one at the bar would notice her efforts. She has weathered many storms that she herself has become the girl under the grey cloud.
This is like film noir
As she was
sounding.
walking alone in the rain, chin to her chest, arms wrapped around her waist, a perfect storm was brewing.
She's going through it.
We need to pray.
Way to set the scene, Raye. And you know, I said something about film noir while I was listening to it, and that's exactly kind of how those type of movies start also. They kind of throw you into the middle of the story, or something has kind of already happened, which puts us in kind of an odd starting point where the character kind of has to backtrack some of the events that has happened. So this already feels super cinematic with the strings and everything. That first thunder crash with all the horns and stuff, I thought I was listening to something from The Incredibles. Like, it sounded exactly like that film score. So I'm already impressed. I'm so excited to listen to the rest of it. All right, so this is I Will Overcome. She already did. Ooh, panning. Right, left, center. Below, she took it down.
Syrup strands of blue moonlight pour through the clouds to find me out like a spotlight, as if heaven's watching down to illustrate briefly.
The jazzy piano and strings.
Cat-eyed glasses, so I look chic as I cry, and it's funny some people say I remind them of Amy.
This feels like a good evolution for her. Wow.
Steps back and I was doing so well. While scrolling I sighed. I'm so jealous of everyone online who is so much happier and content and complete.
Social media is toxic.
I shall arrange a sad little feast.
Get off of it unless you have to be on it. I like the restraint she shows sometimes. It feels so vulnerable. Yep. So she wrote it herself. Yes. Oh, that was incredible. And it's I love that she said that. It's like, you know, I needed a song to help me feel like I'm going to overcome. So I wrote it. So she wrote it for herself, basically. She talked about so many things that I feel like people get so caught up with every day with like social media stuff. People only show you the good stuff. They never want to show you the bad stuff, obviously. So just keep in mind that for most people, it's a facade. It's just, we're broken people that have perfected hiding it, just like she said. So that was crazy. That was absolute bars. She's killing it already, and we're only on track 2. I'm already impressed. God, I'm gonna listen to this album probably like 20 times. All right, so track 3, Beware the Southern London Lover Boy.
Deep in the heart of the South London concrete jungle, there lives a strange creature. Beware.
Is she the crocodile hunter?
South London lover boy.
She's Steve Irwin now. Yes. This kind of reminds me of Valerie. Not the sound, just like the vibe. She's spitting. She cooking. See, I'm already singing along, so that means that it's a really strong hook. This is literally the man or bear situation, but she just kind of combined the two concepts. That's so funny. Oh my God. The drummer is killing it with the fills in this one.
All right, girls, wherever you're listening, in your house, in your car, walking home from work after dark, I need you to repeat after me.
This feels like fever. You give me fever.
Sing, girl, stay safe out there. Sing, girl, stay safe out there.
Okay, little bass moment. Raye showing your jazz roots. Thank you. I like that she plays with tempo. Oh my God, that is a bop. That is so much fun. I love that one. Stay safe out there. Girl, stay safe out there. That is so catchy. So the other ones were kind of more like, I don't want to say they weren't like traditional songs because they were songs, but they were more experimental. And this one is more true to form, like singer-songwriter. Like, I'm going to give you like a top 40 type of bop hit. I love the concept here. That's one of the things that I think newer artists don't really understand all the way yet. But a seasoned artist, like a veteran like Raye, knows that a really good song idea really lives or dies by its concept. So she took this concept of like a dangerous guy, and she compared him to a predator. And she starts us in the intro like she's literally the crocodile hunter talking about a dangerous predator that you probably want to stay away from. And all the lyrics kind of match up with that concept perfectly. It's just the way that she's describing this guy. And her mind, I just love when artists can really pick a good concept and theme like that and really stick to it. If you have a great concept like that, write it all the way until the end of the song. Get everything that you can out of it. Every metaphor, every lyric, every like lyrical idea that you can. That was great. That was probably one of my favorites so far. But this was probably actually one of my favorite songs I've heard of hers so far. This was fun. I loved it. All right, the WhatsApp Shakespeare.
Once upon a time there was a girl and there was a serpent. Oh, and her name was Eve. And she took a bite from the apple. But in this case,
okay, she's playing around with like kind of rapping in this one. This one feels a little bit like Bounce Back. Maybe I'll bounce back. See, there she goes again, adding in. honing in on that concept and writing it to the end. Tragedy, story, Shakespeare, all of those things line up super well. Cursive Kisser. Her mind. Oh my God. You gotta have a Romeo and Juliet line in there too. Flesh, thy word. She's also kind of speaking like Shakespeare would. Her pen game is ridiculous, bro. Midsummer Night, Nightmare. Oh, she's spitting in this one. Now this feels like Chicago. So many references here. Yo, she was spitting in that one. That one was crazy, insane. And see, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. Like, if you find a really good concept, like what's up Shakespeare? See, my brain would never think in such a way to come up with something like that. But she is a genius. So, of course, she's going to find bars like that. That was crazy. That was insane. I love the run, Juliet, run, Juliet, run, Juliet, run. That little hook right there. I kind of wish she had used that more, but I mean, there were so many other great moments in there that I don't even really care, but that was so catchy and it was so smart because it was tied into the concept. Yes. All right. So next track is going to be Winter Woman. Picture me, I am a silhouette. I am a sob story standing in the rain in a summer dress. Only so much the heart can take. Oh, I love the fade in for the drums. Kicks, kicks. Yes. This one kind of reminds me of Flip a Switch, just a little bit. Just feels like a really cool, fun, sexy song. I mean, that's a look. That's a vibe too. Sad and beautiful. Yeah, you better remember who you are. All of y'all out there. Is this like a Vivaldi reference? If it is to Winter, that's very smart. I love that lyric. I love Alice in Wonderland references. I don't know why. I just love that fairy tale and like that world for some reason. I like how it takes us back to like essentially like the beginning part of the song. So one thing I really want to highlight in that song is like all the different uses of effects on her vocal. I don't know why, but every once in a while I'll see like a lot of mainstream artists talking about how they're proud that they don't allow producers to do anything to their vocals. And okay, sure. But if that's your style, that's your style. But for Raye, she understands that doing that can really elevate a vocal or take it to like a different place entirely. She's not doing it because she can't sing. Obviously, we know that she can sing the house down. She's doing it because for artistic reasons, it takes us to a different place. It gives us a different emotion, especially if it's a lyric or like a section of a song that we've kind of heard already. It just gives us kind of this new perspective on the same line said over again. So that was very cool. I really appreciated all the different effects that went into her voice in the middle and like the vocal layering that kind of came later on as well too. She is a master of using her voice in so many different creative ways. She is a musician's musician down. All right, so now we got the viral one with Hans Zimmer. big name, big feature. That's kind of crazy that he's on this album. But if anybody can get him on an album, it's definitely Raye. So let's take a listen to Click Clack Symphony.
Did you know the odds to be born on this earth's 1 in 400 trillion? I conquered those odds, yeah.
See, there's a lot of harmonies in this one, so it feels like a lot of people singing at us. Yeah, so all the vocals came in there, so it's like her girls were talking to her at that point. Her production's so smart. I'm going out tonight. That's so cool. I like how the clicking is like the main instrument. Using heels as the lead instrument in a song with Hans Zimmer is crazy. Wow. I heard that Black Mascara reference. The melody was the same. I love when artists do that, actually. I love that hook. Send the call out, send the call out. You need your friends, y'all. Just because you start dating somebody, don't forget about your friends, because they're going to be there for you even if that person isn't anymore. Which seems to be like the lesson behind this song, so. You need your girls, boys, theys, them, whatever. Remember who's there for you. Okay, that one was a lot. I feel like I could have done like an entire video essay just on this one song. For me, all my favorite songs always have like a lead instrumental, like an iconic instrumental sound to go with the song itself, the vocal melody. And in this one, it's the from the stilettos, right? It's the clicking and clacking, which is what the song is titled. And she has so many like references in there about shoes and, you know, things that they're wearing, which is so interesting. And again, it's very cohesive and prosthetic. Prosthetic meaning coming from the word prosody, meaning the appropriate relationship between all elements. Just making sure that everything kind of cohesively works together from an artistic and conceptual viewpoint, which Raye is very, very good at, and she understands very, very well, which is why I think she's such a brilliant artist. The orchestra here sounds massive. It sounds gorgeous, but it also doesn't drown her out. It's very, you know, you have to have a certain level of gravitas to kind of stand in front of like an orchestral sound like that and still not be swallowed by it, particularly one that's, you know, being written by Hans Zimmer. That's a big deal. That's incredible. That's incredible. So, I mean, this one, I really resonate with the closing line as well. The cold never lasts, my darling. It just teaches the heart how to burn. And, you know, that's another way of saying like, it's always darkest before the dawn, or you can't have a good without the bad. But sometimes just kind of reframing it in like a more poetic way just makes that same message hit a little bit more. So I really appreciate that. And yeah, for anybody that's going through a tough time right now, lately, I know a lot of people are. I certainly am. We all need to kind of hear that message and find a way forward and have people there, those important people that were there for us from the beginning. We need to hold on to people like that, y'all. Don't forget about your friends just because you're in a relationship. Relationships come and go. They come and go. Trust me. And if you don't believe me, trust Raye, because that's all she's been singing about so far. And she's been doing a spectacular job at it. So, wow, this album's already, it feels like a movie. It feels like these are intended to be listened to together, you know? And I love when albums are like that. All right, track number 7 is I Know You're Hurting.
I can see you standing on the edge. Your legs step on the ledge of life's afflictions.
I love that motif. Da. Oh wow, and then we really take it up.
You always find some kind words for a stranger. I wish that you could find some for yourself.
Wait, I have to stop there for a second, even though I don't always like doing that. You always find some kind words for a stranger. I wish that you could find some for yourself. Y'all, the way that you talk about yourself and think about yourself is so important. And I remember I was having a chat with somebody at one point talking about the same kind of thing. And he said something along the lines of, I realized that I would never talk to someone else the way that I talk about myself because it's so cruel. And I just think that so many people are like that. And it's like, why are we so cruel to ourselves when, we really should be our own cheerleaders? Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we're kind of, the one that's responsible for ourselves in here. So we can be kind to others, but you have to remember to be kind to yourself as well. So that's so important. I love that lyric. I'm here. That's such a hard word to belt. That's why she has to adjust the vowel a little bit. I'm here. This song kind of reminds me of Purple Rain, conceptually and hook-wise, which is obviously a huge compliment. Like, it feels like a stadium song, and I wasn't expecting that at the beginning. See, even a guitar solo. Yeah, maybe, Raye, I think I clocked you. I think you may have been like, I'm going to do my version on take on like Purple Rain, because that's what this feels like. This feels epic. I love this song. Yes. Okay, so I guess this music does contain hope. I feel like I'm about to cry, actually. I'm getting emotional. Wow. My God. I did not know what to think from the title of that one. I did not think that I was going to feel it like deep in my soul like that. But I mean, wow. That was incredible. There was so much going on there. And I love how it really starts off simple and kind of quiet, like she's talking directly to you as the listener, but then she takes it to a place where it's just like everybody, because the world is crazy right now, y'all. The world is crazy, so we need hope. We need hope desperately, in buckets. We need buckets. We need rivers, floods, oceans of it at the moment. Any little bit that we can get, like an inspirational message like that. We need more music like that in general. Not saying that we don't need like the fun pop dancey stuff too, but one of my favorite kind of songs to write or listen to is like an I'll Be There For You song. Basically just a song where it feels like a friend, like the artist is talking to you like a friend or somebody that would like be there for you. I think we need more music like that now more than ever. So that was incredible. Like I said, I do feel like she was going for like her Purple Rain moment, and I think she nailed it. I think that was massive. I think that was epic. When the guitar kicked in, that was give Raye the Super Bowl. Give her the Super Bowl now. I never thought I would say that, but I think it would be a really cool, interesting set. I think she would pull it off. All right, so the next track is Lifeboat. This feels like this album's Ice Cream Man. Like it's a hopeful moment, despite going through a lot. Are we getting a drop? All the different voices just elevate the song so much. And like I like that it's noticeably like younger people and older people. Like it's a mixture of different types of people in there too. That makes that takes it to a whole nother level, man. Wow. Now are we getting a big drop? A I think that was probably my favorite one so far. And it's crazy because that's probably like lyrically, it's the most simple one. But here's the thing you have to remember about lyrics. It's that it's not always like how creative you can get with wordplay, or I should say, here's the thing about songwriting and just like this craft in general. It's not always about being super clever, having double entendres or all this other metaphorical stuff. Sometimes you just need to say the thing. Sometimes you just need to get to the point and say the hard thing. This is honestly, I'm not giving up yet, is what some people just need to hear and say for themselves, which is why it's so important that she says, say it. She tells people that she wants people, the audience to say it with her. And I think that's such an important part of this song, is that she's telling us that we need to say it with her. And that makes it so much more impactful. And I love EDM. Obviously, that drop, the second one especially, was crazy, and it was so good and set to such a good, like, powerful, important hook. Again, I love the use of the different voices in there. I think that really added a lot of dimension to this song and took it from like a small place to a larger than life place. It's like everyone needs to hear that type of message, young, old, whatever. Everybody is going through something or is going to go through something difficult at some point, where you think to yourself, is there a future beyond this? Is there another day after this? And you have to remember it and tell yourself that there is. So yeah, that's such an important message.
This song is called I Hate the Way I Look Today. 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 To myself, I'll be so mean.
This is the jazziest one so far. We've gone from orchestra stuff, EDM, to jazz. We're all over the place with this album. I love it. Little bit of scatting in there. Makes me want to like Charleston or something, or however the hell those people danced back then. I don't know. Embrace that block button. She is that girl. She'll get you together. Don't listen to the hate. I see that reference, Raye. The way you look tonight. Wow. That one was so cute. Hate the way I look today. Oh, okay. Yeah, it just dawned on me. Even the title of the song is a reference to the way you look tonight. Wow, and it's so cool that I don't feel like I've heard her do like a true to form like jazz song like this before. So it was really refreshing, and it was really, you can tell she was like in her element. I love that she included something like this in this album, and it's like we're covering so many different genres. That's so insane. She can do it all. She's insane. I want to see the video for this one of people like swing dancing and doing the Charleston and all this other stuff to it. That would be so cute. I kind of want to see Raye write like a full-on like 20s inspired musical. Ooh, maybe she does like a follow-up to the Betty Boop musical. I don't know, but something like that. I feel like something like that would go hard. All right, so next track is going to be Goodbye Henry featuring Al Green. Ooh, let's take a look. This is a sad song, though it feels happy. I mean, sometimes sad songs make us feel happy. I don't know. No, don't try again. It ended for a reason, Raye. I'm just kidding. I don't know her situation. Every relationship's different. But in most cases, no. Don't go back.
from Memphis, Tennessee. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Al Green.
Hello, how are you? I hope you're well. It's nice to be on the mic.
Well-deserved intro. I love how the vocals are panned. Her production's so good at that. They feel so wide. That line is so funny to me because it's a little bit shady, and I kind of like that. Get him, Raye. Gather him. You better sing, Raye. You on a track with Al Green, you better deliver that vocal. And she will. Of course she will. Thank you for the heads up, Raye. Yeah, it was a bittersweet song because I've had, a relationship like that before where it's like, it didn't really work out, but I don't wish them anything bad. I hope things worked out for them on their end, but like it was time for things to end. And that's just how relationships are sometimes, I love that inclusion of Al Green in there. I kind of like when Raye breaks the fourth wall a little bit and makes us feel like we're in a live performance, and she's letting us know like, hey, he's playing here in Memphis, Tennessee. I thought that was a really cool way to introduce the feature. I don't think I've ever heard anything like that before. So that was clever, Raye. You clever. I love that. All right, so next track here is Nightingale Lane.
This is a song about the greatest heartbreak I've ever known. This song is called Nightingale Lane. On the street in the South London suburbs.
Go on, just say. It's like she had to convince herself to do it with the melody there. That was clever. Nightingale Lane. I like how she went to a dark vowel there. Her voice is so expressive and has so many textures and colors to it. She's not just a good vocalist, she's a very smart, emotionally intelligent vocalist. That's hard to see, to find nowadays. It was like a sad church bop. She's in Aretha territory here. Wow! That kind of sound. Very bright vowel. A little bit of nasality included. Gives more resonance and piercingness to the sound. This album sounds incredible through speakers because of all the panning that's done. And you don't see that in a lot of major pop albums now. Ooh. It's going kind of opera. Low larynx, head mix. Now she's full on belting. She's incredible. Ugh. What can she not do? What can she not do? Save some talent for the rest of us, Raye. She was clearly trying to take us to church with that one, and I feel healed. I feel rebaptized again. That was incredible. That was amazing. All right, so we are on track 12, Skin and Bones. You better tell him, Ray. This one is feeling a little too real, y'all. If Ray is struggling, what hope is there for the rest of us? That's crazy. Anything that walks, that's what he'll take, is what she's saying. This one reminds me of the one we just heard, the South London Boy, but like in a good way. It's it's different enough. Just like conceptually, they're kind of similar. This one's like more biting even somehow. It's almost a little bit disco-y. Like it's more funk, but I feel like it could be a little kind of disco. So many different eras and styles in this album. God. But it doesn't feel all over the place, which is crazy. What kind of magic is this? I think he should leave. The disparity between just two people together that just did the same thing, that are spending time together, the way that they can think can be totally different even though they just did the same thing. That's so funny. I love that one. That was so funny to me. And like I said, if you're not in the dating scene, trust me, I don't think I've heard yet a song that quite captures in just visceral detail how it is. And that one was painfully accurate. That was actually, it was so accurate it hurt, actually, because I've been in situations like that too. So that was crazy. I appreciate the fact just like how raw and real she was about that. So yeah, like I said, this one felt like very kind of disco-y to me, just a little bit. Disco funk kind of thing. I would really like to hear a collaboration between Raye and Bruno Mars. He can collaborate with anyone, and she can do basically anything in any style. So I would be really curious to see what they would come up with. Next track is Where's My Husband? I've heard this one before, but it's fun. I like this song a lot. And how my heart yearns for him. That line is crazy. I like how frantic the melody is in this one. It matches up with the concept. Like, where is he? Where is he? She's like all over the place trying to figure out where he's at. I love all the percussion in this one too. Like, it adds to the like hurry up kind of nature about it. The percussion kind of is the lead instrumental in this one. That and the horns in certain parts, like here. I hope she finds him soon. That one is so much fun. It's so high energy. It's such a throwback. Like I said, I love the smart choice of having the percussion that's really fast be the instrumental, the lead instrumental here, because it really drives the point home of like rushing to, find where this man is at. I imagine her, I don't know why I'm imagining her like a temple runner. Instead of like the regular player. I don't know what the character's name is, but I'm just imagining Raye like running through the temples trying to find her husband for some reason. That's a visual I get. I love that the melody here is kind of all over the place in a good way, meaning that, the melodic rhythm just kind of switches up so much. And there's that one crazy riff that she does, the crazy melodic line that she does, the how my heart beats for him part there, which, it all matches up again with the concept. Raye is a concept writer through and through, and I really appreciate that about her. So yeah, that one was a lot of fun. All right, next track is Fields featuring Granddad Michael. Is she doing country now too? I like that she's basically just talking the melody, speaking it. Because she's reading, she's writing a letter, so it wouldn't make sense for her to be doing crazy belting and stuff right now. It's interesting she didn't finish the line there and let the chorus continue. Oh, I really liked that one. See, that's one of the ones that is more like experimental, I think. Like, it's not gonna chart, probably. It's not a single, but I don't think that's what she was going for anyway. That really felt like it came from the heart, and I almost feel bad even talking about that one or like analyzing it, because it's such a beautiful, like, sincere sounding project that clearly meant a lot to her. And I really like this sentiment too of like, he says, who will sing my songs when I'm gone? But you could really apply that to just family traditions. Like, who will do this that we used to do traditionally all the time when I'm gone? And it's like, well, the next generation will. And, it's kind of up to us to preserve those recipes and preserve those traditions. All right, so moving on to Joy. Oh, okay. I like how the strings get a little faster here in this section. Bum, 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 bum. Before, I think they were just playing like legato lines. She said, I declare and I decree. You don't have a choice. She sounds so pretty here. The drums on this one goes crazy. They have a lot of body to them. So many ups and downs in this album, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that. It's like an emotional roller coaster, and I feel joy after hearing that song. I don't know how you can't. The drums are so, full-bodied, and they sound great. The strings also add a lot. I like how they get a lot more. They kind of pick up the pace, melodically speaking, with what they're doing in the chorus section. So that just goes to show that there's actually not a whole lot going on in the arrangement, but what the parts are doing throughout the different song sections change just enough to keep the song interesting. So there's a good lesson in production and arrangement there where, it's definitely more so about quality of tracks and arrangement, like the part writing, versus just having quantity and having a bunch of different sounds kind of working potentially against each other sometimes and potentially distracting from what's really important, which, I mean, in this case, the choir and like what she was singing is the most important part, right? Making us feel joy and kind of driving that feeling home. So yeah, what a fun song. That was so great. All right, so this is the penultimate song here, Happier Times Ahead. I wonder if there's going to be any callbacks here to Bust It Down, if it's going to be like that type of song from My 21st Century Blues. I kind of hope it is, just because that was actually my favorite song on that album. So let's see.
I need a band. Somewhere in the traffic on Bond Street, a middle-aged man.
Yeah, this kind of is this album's Buzz It Down. I feel it already. And I love that.
but he'll never show his mates he's a man's man.
Yeah, this feels kind of like ending credits music after a really good movie.
Auntie Jean is up crying again.
I like that device of having it be about different people. It makes the message of the song feel way bigger than if it was just about her talking about herself needing, wanting to believe in happier times. I like the way she sang that. It's almost like a Dionne Warwick type of delivery. And Dionne Warwick would have sang this type of song, which is interesting. Oh, so that definitely was like our equivalent to Bust It Down on this album, in that they both felt like very, positive, optimistic songs that kind of feel like, for me anyways, they felt like the ending credits music of a movie, which is perfect. Especially, even I think it works even more so for this album, because this album felt so cinematic, so bombastic and over the top and all over the place, emotionally speaking, that really brought us back to like a nice softer ending, especially for what like the title of this album is about. Now I actually do feel like, there is hope ahead for us all. And that's hard to feel sometimes in from any piece of media, but she sings about it so emphatically that it's hard not to believe her. So I needed to hear that personally. I don't know about y'all. I'm sure some of y'all out there needed to hear it too, but I know I definitely did. So let's go to Fiend. Let's close the album out, even though I don't want to. I mean, I'm gonna revisit this album a lot, but let's close it out. This feels very Disney. I almost cried. So, yeah. But the other two I definitely did. Oh, so like Alice in Wonderland.
Thank you for listening. Until next time, lots of love. Raye. Roll the credits. All right. Thank you to Grandma, Granddad Michael, my sisters Amma and Absolutely, my co-producers Mike Sabbath, Tom Richards,
Mike
Chris
Sabbath.
Hale, Pete Clements, Jordan Flynn, and Layla Leon. Thank you to the
Hey,
band,
y'all mixing
Matt
engineers,
Thompson,
you did your big one with
Thompson,
this
Danielle
album.
Bell,
That
Lee
was
Murray,
crazy
Joe
with
Webb,
all the
Graham
panning and
Blevins, Mike
everything.
Cordone, Ivan Malespin, Matt Kennedy, Emma Owens,
Is she
Rachel
really
Ryder, and
listing
Richard
off
Phillips.
everybody?
Brand, Ed Richardson, George
She
Hall,
really
Mike
say,
Davis,
yeah,
Tom
this
Dennis,
is the
Tom
ending
Walsh,
credits,
Quickly,
y'all.
Callum
You're gonna
Powell,
sit
Nicole
through it.
Thompson, Andy Wood, Farland,
I wonder if she did this all in one take. You'd know she had to work on all of those names. You know what? This is actually kind of interesting because people make a big deal now about like not crediting producers and people involved on their albums, like especially on Spotify. So it's very funny, and it almost feels like a pointed statement at the music industry to close your album with literally reading off the entire credit sequence. I see you, Raye. You're very smart.
Just know that I really love making music and I want to do this for the rest of my life, and thanks for supporting me.
Please do.
I love you.
Wow, that was just so much to take in. I don't even know where to begin. This is an album I'm gonna have to revisit numerous times in order to really fully comprehend. That was incredible. That was amazing. It was so all over the place genre wise. And wow, I'm overwhelmed, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. It was so much. Thank you, Raye, for, showing, putting your art out there like this and being so brave and willing to share something like this that's vulnerable, that's so experimental in terms of just the song structures and the different genres you tackled and just everything involved with it. So I was thoroughly impressed with the mixing on this album. Mixing, I'm telling y'all, will make or break a project sometimes. It's really what takes a project from just average to incredible sometimes in an audio medium. It's, she's the farmer providing all of the ingredients, but it's up to the mixing engineers to make it a beautiful, presentable dish for us to consume. And in this case, they had excellent ingredients and the presentation was on point. It was spectacular. So yeah, that was incredible. Please let me know what you thought about this album down in the comments below. Let me know what your favorite tracks were from it. Actually, it's funny. I think mine are like the tracks right in the middle. Click Clack Symphony, I Know You're Hurting, and Lifeboat. Yeah, those are definitely my favorites right now for sure. But I'm sure once I go back and listen to the album in its entirety, and I did really like the WhatsApp Shakespeare, lyrically especially. It's hard to choose, y'all. This was such a good album. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Until the next album breakdown. See you soon.